Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about why you should be using employment law if you're not already in your business. Now, I work with a lot of different clients, and so some of them are a little more put together than others, and if that's okay, if you're not. But we're going to talk about these things today because the point is this is something you need to pay attention to. This is not something you can just kind of gloss over with your business and get to it when you feel like it. This can have some pretty serious consequences, okay? If you're not already working with an attorney for your employment law, now is a great time to get started. And I'm not suggesting me. I'm saying someone in your local area who works with employment law who can work with you to get your employment needs necessary. If you're new here, my name is Taylor Darcy from Think Legal, where I help businesses and people thrive. So welcome. I go live Monday through Friday, except for holidays, right now at 11 o'clock. So please, thank you for joining me. I am happy you are here. And if you're not able to make it to the live video, please make sure to leave a comment below asking questions. I love questions. I love to answer questions. So please leave those in the comments below. And if you have topics that you want me to discuss, I'm happy to talk about them. Please ask those as well, because that's what I'm here for, to help. Let's get started, shall we? All right, so here's what you have to know. Now, these are the down and dirty tips. The reason for you to need to know this is, number one, it protects you. It protects the employer. It protects the employee, okay? And why do you want to do that? Because I'll tell you, if you're not paying attention to these details, and if you're not paying attention to the laws that surround your business, especially when you have employees, it can cost you substantial amounts of money. We'll get to that. But one of the more drastic things is, if you're not paying attention to these things and you get caught, it can end up helping you close your doors, which is not the purpose of why you started your business in the first place. So you want to make sure that you are handling your business as well as possible. And one way you can do that is by taking care of watching out for the laws that surround having employees, especially in California. That's where I'm based. California is very employee-friendly and not as employer-friendly, okay? It makes it a little more difficult, but that doesn't mean impossible. That doesn't mean stick your head in the sand, so to speak, and expect it to not affect you. The reason why, and that's reason number two, it's the employer's job to maintain compliance, not the employee. Nope. It is the employer's job. You are in a position of power over the employee. It's your responsibility, if you're the employer, to make sure that you are complying with the laws. And what can happen is, if you're not, some pretty big things. As I said, up to closing your doors. That's one. Now, what other things? Okay, in California, we have the EDD. Can have pretty drastic consequences. Couple of cases I've worked on, someone alleged that they were owed, and this is a random number, $1,200, but with fines and everything that the EDD did, it was over $5,000. 4 times with fines and back wages and all this other stuff. Very expensive. And here's the other part. Once someone makes a claim, it falls on the employer's job to prove that that's not accurate. So it's a burden shifting provision that requires you as the employer to show that they're not owed those wages, that you did your job, that you fulfilled your commitment. Okay. Now, we're not going to get into the nitty gritty of that one, but the point is, I've seen some pretty expensive consequences from the EDD in California for doing that. So please, if you'd like your money, right, it's cheaper to comply than it is to fix. It's easier to comply than it is to have to prove that you complied, because that's what happens if the EDD gets involved. The next thing is, following employment laws preserves what you've worked so hard to do. I don't know any entrepreneur or business owner that says, I don't care. I don't need that money. I'm okay with losing. I'm okay with spending 4 to 5 times as much money on employment cases or potentially going out of business. So if for no other reason, follow the law so that you are protected. Because the last thing you want to do is go out of business for something that you could have prevented. And is it a little more difficult? Yes. But is it worth it? Absolutely. Okay, so next thing. You can always do better or more than what the law states. You just can't do less. As I spoke about in my Employer No More Excuses video, the last thing you want to do, you want to create a positive, uplifting culture. You want to create a situation where your employees love to come to work. No more quiet quitting, no more quitting in general. But the point is the better you treat your employees, contrary to recent things in the news, Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, those are not good ways to handle your company. I'm sorry. Yes, they make money. I'm not saying they don't. Okay. But as far as like the human part of your goal, your idea, put your employees first, handle employment law, and you will always go right. You'll never feel bad about that. You'll never risk the things that you've worked so hard to accomplish with your business. Okay? So this is the goal, is to keep what you've worked so hard to work for, preserve it. You can do better, but you can't do less. Okay? And probably, and this is the most important part, number 6. We don't live in a society where if you treat your employees terribly, that nobody's ever going to hear about it. Like it's your word against theirs. Think of like with Twitter or even Glassdoor, other websites, things that are going to get back to the public. By you treating your employees with the respect that they deserve, okay, they're human beings, they deserve the respect regardless. It's a sign to the world and to your employees, okay, that you take your role as their employer seriously. If you are kind of fudging on it, and most of the time, I'll be honest with you, most of the time, most people, it's a get around to it type thing. It's not that they are so like they're blatantly bad. It's that they just don't take the time to get around to it. There's always something else that seems to be more important. This is where hiring comes in. If you can't get around to it, then that's when you need to hire the person that can. And that's like an HR person or an attorney to get stuff done, right? It depends on what your goal is. But I have yet to meet someone that says, screw employees. Let them fend for themselves. I don't care. I'm just going to take advantage of them, right? Like I never get that attitude. But I do get the ones where they're like, I didn't get around to it. I know it's important, but I just don't have time. So find the time. Make it a priority. or don't have employees, which I'm not advocating that. I'm simply saying, like, take employees, take their hiring seriously, or don't do it at all, because it can be very harmful to your business. Okay? That's it. Those are the things. Those are the reasons why you should be using employment law. This is why you should have employment letters. You should have an employee handbook. You should have standard policies and procedures to help guide your business, to help improve your business that can be improved. All of these reasons are going to give you a better, more sustainable business. Okay? Well, thank you for joining me. If you've gotten value out of this video, don't forget to hit subscribe and like, and know that we go live Monday through Friday, except for holidays. We will not be here on Thursday or Friday this week. Thanksgiving, for those of you, if you're not familiar with that, it's a U.S. holiday. And I look forward to getting to know you. Make sure to leave comments below, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much. Have a good one. There's the subscribe button. Hit it while you're at it. Bye.